Okay, so okay, the screen and time is yours, Kak Jonas.
All right, so thank you, Pak Andrew and Pak Henry also. Hey guys, it's glad to be here with you guys. My name is Jonas Aditya Sunandar, and I am, yeah, I have some experience in GameFi industry. Very happy to explore more about GameFi. Um, because this is like very unique topic, very hot one to be honest. Um, but I feel like in this industry there is no expert, right? So I feel like yeah, I have some prior experience, but I would say I'm not the expert. So um, yeah, I'll try my best to kind of explain what I know. Um, and in today's topic is about exploration of GameFi, and I really wanna like really dig into um, one of the most popular games called Axie Infinity, and how it is very successful in the past, and what is the downfall, and also the future of GameFi itself. Um, if you have any question, just let me know, guys. Probably I might not know the answer, but I'll try my best. Yeah, again, like in this industry, there's no one that really expert, because this is like very fast paced industry, right? If you know something and then 2 3 months later there's another new concept, new technology coming in, and so I feel like yeah, all of us are still learning, so feel free to shoot some question, and yeah, happy to answer. um so yeah, just a little bit brief of myself. You guys can see my screen, right? I just
Yes,
wanna.
yes, yes. We can
It's
see.
clear.
Ah, got it. Okay. So, my name is Jonas Aditya Sunandar. I've been in crypto since 2017, so it's been around like 8 years already. So yeah, I have some experience in this industry, because I feel like crypto is very interesting. It is one of the it is decentralized, it's transparent, it is very reliable technology at the time, even though uh, at that time there's no one that I can talk to. There's very hard to find a mentor or people to discuss something. But anyway, but I have a technical background also. I have experience in cybersecurity. I've saved more than $5 million recovered from global hacker from around the world, from Russia, India, Germany, hackers from there. Yeah, and also I have a business in Web 2, I would say. It is running in basically it's like event organizer for corporate and government events. And for example, like Pertamina, PLN, BUMN, stuff like that. And I've managed more than 1.5 million dollar in total annually. And I was a former Solidity educator at Emargo. Basically, it's like the sister company of Cardano, the top 10 cryptocurrency right now, for PhD and for professional. I help hundreds of students to understand more about the foundations of blockchain. Um, what else? Smart contract, Solidity itself, like more into like the technical deep stuff. And also the co-founder of Nava Labs. Basically, it's like the Web3 development agency. We focus on fast-paced development product, I would say, and we're very active on participate in like a global hackathon. We won a couple of them, And currently, I really focus on Crypto Fantasy League. Basically, it's like we turn crypto trading into fair, social, and skill based games. So yeah, I feel like this is what the product that really resonates to us, and I can show you guys more about CFL, but if the time if I still have the time, so basically we got accepted into Coliseum Accelerator and raised 300. And we won the Coliseum Gaming Track first place, second place in Sonic SVM Attention Capital Market Hackathon, and third place in Super Team Vietnam in Da Nang. And recently we won honorary winner in Solana Mobile Hackathon. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much me. I've worked with Marvel, Bigetron. Probably if you um, play like PUBG or Mobile Legend, you might know Bigetron, one of the biggest esport in Indonesia, and Cardano, top 10, I would say, it's not right now, right? In cryptocurrency, and Mimusume. Mimusume is like a Japanese idle games that we developed. We got like 300K users. So yeah, basically this is me, and I have some prior experience in GameFi and more in the technical side. Um, anyway, so let's go next, and yeah, basically this lecture is all about like GameFi, and I just really want to deep down to Axie Infinity again. So about GameFi itself, um, so basically GameFi is combining like decentralized finance to GameFi, or oh sorry, or gaming. Um, it utilizes like blockchain technology because this is like the features that GameFi have through asset ownership, play to earn model, and decentralized. Oh, sorry, I think my yeah, and decentralized governance. But basically, GameFi, just imagine like this: like you play a game, but you can earn money from it from there. Like it is very revolutionizing, right? When you right now, like the current game, you just play a game, and then um the game developer just owns it basically, right? Um, but in GameFi, because they use blockchain technology, all of the assets are stored in the blockchain. Where asset, what I mean by asset is like, for example, if you play, basically it's like in-game items. For example, in CS:GO, the knives, and in Dota, for example, is the cosmetic or the skins of the heroes. You can store it from there, and I think what blockchain really enables is how they can kind of distribute the assets. Assets here also means like cryptocurrency itself, because usually the in-game currency is based on like it is stored in someone's server, right? And it is very centralized, and the game master knows a lot about it, and they control it, and but because in if you have blockchain inside a blockchain, everyone can own kind of the information. So it feels like, but it is not feels like, but it is like you own the property itself or the asset itself. Because if you take a look at the how wallet or account works in blockchain, um you actually really owns it, because there is no one in this world that can steal it from you if you secure your keys securely, basically, right? You have like a private key and mnemonic or seed phrase mechanics there. So when you got your asset in your account, it is really inside it. It recorded on top of blockchain, and yeah, it is true asset ownership where you can really own the piece of the asset in the game on public blockchain. And this is very important that it is tradable across platform and marketplaces. So it will create like open economy in GameFi environment. The next one is really important. Play to earn model, the one that I said about um, you play and then you earn, right? It's very simple. Um, it is very simple, but it is very, very hard to execute and implement because it is very complex. We'll see later on. Oh, Naufal, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. I just curious. Exactly, you said that if we play games, so basically we get the money.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
uh, and the thing is like, how's the money go into our pocket? And is it like our pocket just one, or we can make it like two or three? I don't know the process. I'm just curious. How is it?
Yeah. So basically, I'll explain it a little bit in the further slides, but in the simple steps would be like you play the game. Um, when you play the game, before you play the game, you'll need to create a wallet first, right? Are you familiar with the concept of blockchain itself, or?
Kinda know. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
basically, don't worry. Yeah. Like the basically you'll create your own account and then you log in, right? And then when you play the game and beat, I don't know, some bosses or beat other player inside the game, and then they'll reward you with something else. For example, like the cryptocurrency itself. There are some of in-game currency. For example, in Axie Infinity, there is AXS and also SLP token. But basically, you receive the reward and then you can just sell. When you sell, you can transfer it to one of the we call it exchange. For example, like Indodax, Toko Crypto, Pintu in Indonesia, and then you can just cash out basically. So it can really it creates like monetary value, um, and you can just really earn money, and then while you play the game. Okay, that's kind of the basic stuff in GameFi that really stands out compared to other traditional games. Yeah. Hope it makes sense. Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
know, I know it's a little bit really weird because this is like usually if you play the game you find it fun and then you don't earn money and then but more like you spend money on it, right? But in GameFi you can actually like create or get money and can you know um even like some of the people work full time to kind of farm, or to work on the gamer side of GameFi. But anyway, yeah, let's continue. Like in play to earn model, there is like NFTs usually involved. Usually, like the NFT utilize for the item itself or the assets itself, and you can just put the price on the asset, and then someone else can kind of buy through the marketplace, like open marketplace, and it can create just some income streams, right? Because in some of the game usually it is not really open economy. So yeah. And then the next one is about the decentralized governance. The core of gaming itself is usually based on the community, right? The community really shapes the kind of the future of the game itself. For example, let's create a game like a chess game, right? I'll make it simple. And a chess game. Um, the traditional one is like the pawns are in the front, right? But if someone like I'll propose a new game, or not a new game, but a new modes, for example. I wanna make it the pawn in the on the front is all of them we'll turn it into queens, for example, to make it fun. And then you create the proposal, and then people around the world can vote whether the feature is makes sense or not, or is it something that they also want or not. And then if the proposal approves, and then the kind of the contractor of the game will kind of execute that feature for the entire community. And all of this like cycle where they propose and then people can just vote on the idea itself, it'll create it'll needs to store it on top of blockchain at the very least. And then yeah, I just really oversimplify it, to be honest, but that's kind of the process that can go through the games, inside the games. But basically, community can shape the future of the game within the decentralized governance. So how it differs from like the traditional gaming scenario. In traditional games, people rent assets. What I mean by that is like renting here doesn't mean like rent, like you need to pay anything, but it feels like it stores on top of others server. So it is not your own, it is not your own asset. It is stored in others server. But in GameFi, because you own the asset inside your wallet, and no one can steal it from you, whether on whatever. But if you can secure your keys securely, you own the asset, and there is no like a dispute or anything like it that can or like in the traditional games, usually there are some cases where the game developer can kind of duplicate unlimited amount of rare items, right, and sell it for, I don't know, like a good fortune. But in GameFi, because the asset is stored on top of blockchain, you can really see exactly what's going on. And for example, like the game dev is minting or like creates a new rare item, and they distribute it for only the KOL or the influencer. You can just see it clearly on top of blockchain. And value lock inside the game for traditional games, the one that I said about the concept of centralized design. And in GameFi, you can actually, the value of the game can flow outside the game because it is based on blockchain network, and you can create a lot of product on top of the game itself. So you can create more like a very unique ecosystem. For example, like people building for Axie Infinity, for example, they build the open the open market, or they make the OTC market, for example, stuff like that. Excuse me. Yeah. So the value can really flow outside the game. And this is the important one. The fund first monetization versus fund plus financial incentives. So in GameFi, this is the hardest job to do is how we can satisfy everyone financially. It's very hard things to do because in GameFi, people not really, not really like play the game in the sake of like, oh, I wanna seeking for fun, but they also seek for money. So that's kind of the very tricky part, I think Gustu wanna ask a question. I'll explain it a little bit. But yeah, basically is the the GameFi is very hard because again, like you need to satisfy everyone's kind of financial incentives. But in traditional games, usually like, oh, I'll create a game that can really fun and resonates with our community and come in and they just can spend money on it, stuff like that. But in a GameFi, they expect some value created inside the game and they can make money out of it. So um the closed economy in traditional games, yeah, again, like usually this like the common traits of traditional games like CS:GO, Dota, and Roblox. They have like a very close economy where like where like they don't open like API or anything else outside the game because usually they already have a lot of developer to develop everything. But in comparison, in the GameFi economy, it is very open, market-driven economy where like games like Axie Infinity, Illivium, Thethan we can create something on top of these games and it's very open because again like the NFT or the assets actually is on top of blockchain and everyone can see it and everyone can do things on top of the NFT itself. For example, I want to make like the landing on borrowing against like the game item, for example. It is very possible, but it is very challenging. But you can do it. I mean, because it's on top of blockchain again, and it's governed by the smart contract. Yeah. Let's take a look at Gustu. I want to ask for GameFi. In your opinion, which one is better, using current L1 or L2, or creating a whole new one like Axie? Please explain. Okay, so it really depends on the L1 or L2 here. Because I feel like man, like this is a very complex question, very good question. Because in the um in the like the last couple months or the last couple of years, the blockchain speed is really accelerating, man. Like for example, Solana right now can process over 1000 TPS and but for example, like L1 in in Ethereum, it's still processing like, I don't know, like right now, I think it's 100 TPS, I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think it's around that number. But if you want to really create, so this is what my opinion is. It really depends, to be honest, on your goals of what asset you want to create. It can be, so this is like a very good example. Like if you take a look at Pengu, Paji Penguin, the token is in Solana, but the NFT is on top of Ethereum for some reason, right? There is the reason behind it. So the reason why they differ it the token is lives on Solana and NFTs lives on Ethereum is because Ethereum has the most liquidity in this entire industry. Time in Solana, there is a lot of traders. So it is very different market, you know, it is very different market, different audience between blockchains. So you need to really careful on your where you want to deploy your smart contract or whatever. Because I feel like each of the blockchain right now has their own unique audience, has their own unique opportunity. So again, if you want to have a lot of like good liquidity, you need to go for Ethereum, to be honest, as a lot of people has money on top of Ethereum itself. But if you want to create the token itself, I would say I'll probably go for Solana as a very good one option. But if you're really popular and you need to process, I don't know, like 2 million transaction per day, for example, or per, I don't know, like 100,000 transaction per second, for example, and then you need to create your own. That's for sure, because yeah, because like in like the current public blockchain, there is also a bottleneck. There is a like the TPS, but because it's like it is based on the security itself, because there's like security consideration. But it really depends on the stage of your games. But the reason like Axie creates their own new chain is because they need to process more than the current or that or I mean at that time the current existing blockchain that they cannot compete with the TPS, and they raise a lot of money. I think that's kind of the one of the reason also like why they created Ronin as a kind of the mother chain for the game, because they raise a lot of money. Yeah, so like to summarize, basically it really depends on your needs. I think at the very start, that would be very great for you to create the assets of the game in Ethereum, because Ethereum is very even though it's like old chain, right? But the liquidity is there. People who wants to put their money on it is very high. But if you want to create more of the in-game currency that really moves fast, for example, like in-game currency, you might need to go for your own created chain. And if you want to create your own like governance token and everything where people can just trade and have their own like community and everything, you need to create it on top of Solana right now. That's my thoughts. So I hope it makes sense. But yeah, I think I ramble a lot, but yeah. Yeah, do you guys have any question more? Happy to answer.
I think you can continue. Then it will follow the question later, maybe.
Yeah, got it. All right. So, the evolution of gaming economics. So, the economic itself, or the business model itself, is really changing and reshaping itself. But for example, like in the I would say it's called Web 1 in the early 90s, early 20s. The business model is like you buy a game once and there's like one-time sales, right? Because it's really limited by the physical limitness. You need to buy the physical disk, for example, to get the code or to get to download to get the code and everything. And for example, like Doom and Mortal Kombat is a very good example. Because of that's the beginning of the era of internet, so very hard to transfer a lot of data across internet at a time. And yeah, that's one. And the current one is the Web 2 game, I would say. The 2009 until now, it's still the era. It is like the free entry, it is like a free to play. You can just pay, you just can play the game and pay for the cosmetics or the in-game item. For example, in Valorant and Mobile Legend, very good example of this. Everyone can play it. Everyone has the same skills, I would say, because it's like skill-based game. And you can earn money from microtransactions and battle pass or ads. I think ads is very unique approach because if you really already have a lot of like good audience, you can monetize it through ads to target your clients needs, for example, for the marketing purposes, stuff like that. So it is very it's working right now. It's the free to play Web 2, the current one. And the play to earn, like I would say the Web 3 one, starting like I think 2020 plus. And the key feature here is like the ownership, like the tradable items and the player earnings. It is very, very important. Again, like, but it is very challenging. But the way you get the money is you can get it from the marketplace fee and the token issuance or the NFT sales. Yeah, the example is the Axie Infinity and Titan Arena. We'll probably dive into like the NFT sales because it is very common in Web3. You raise the money first before even you build the game. It is pretty common practice, but usually you need to have the very strong concept first and strong community to be able to to be able to trust you basically and put their money on it. But it is very common practice. So for example, like people usually can like sell, for example, like the land of your game, or I don't know, like the access pass, like the early access pass. They can sell it for $50. It's like around like 800K IDR or 1 million IDR, stuff like that. It is very, very common. So you can first raise some money and then you can just continue the game. But yeah, that works in the early days of web or the play to earn thing. But right now it's getting harder to do it because people, I think the market itself is already maturing. And yeah, you need to really create some value first. For example, you have a very strong community or you have very good art design, stuff like that, that people can convince that, oh, this is like the great project that I can invest and get more money out of it. So yeah, so far, any question before sorry, if before I dive into Axie Infinity? Anyone have some question first?
I want to ask again, sir. Is it okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, so I have two questions. The first one, in a GameFi, if we want to play game something, should we see from the value of the asset or the hype of the asset? And also, what should we consider when we want to choose the game what we want to play? Then actually, the logic, if you want to play Gamify, you want to play the game that give the money is the big one, right? Then that's what should we consider. The second one, where we can find the Gamify, and also like, is there any scam of Gamify because it's about the money, right? So like the advertise like you play this game, you get the bigger. But is there any case that scam of the Gamify? If there yes, what we can notice this Gamify is scam or not? I think that's my question.
Yeah. So I think the first one is like um how you identify like the good GameFi, right? It is very hard to be honest because the like again, this is like still in the very early days of play to earn. Um People still speculating on what works on or what not. So the game developer itself is still experimenting a lot. So I would say it is very tricky because um, basically you need to really analyze the tokenomic inside the game where, oh, if they can give us some money, how they can get money, how what is the mechanics here, what is the business model here, what is the tokenomics. But you can just go in the white paper or whatever, but again, like it is very hard. It is not that easy to identify like a good GameFi. And the way you earn money, yeah, that's why I said that it is very tough to build a GameFi, um because again, like it is like the combination of um the business, the combination of the economy, the combination of the gaming that can attract kind of more money or more player that can tap into their emotion, stuff like that. It is very, very complex industry. um so yeah, you can just look at I think I use a lot CoinGecko as a directory for searching a lot of good projects there. There is like a category of GameFi, but yeah, yeah, that's I think the best answer that I have now. And about the scam projects, of course, man, guys, like in this, in this like a cryptocurrency industry, there's a lot of like scammers. So you need to really pay attention to it. Like you need to at least um research a lot about like what is who is the team and who is the how they can just give us some money, right? It needs to be make sense, right? um and yeah, like a lot of scammers, to be honest. So one thing you need to do is like really check on the community itself. You can check on usually they open like Discord, Telegram. You can chat there. If they ban you for some reason, to ask like a good question, and then that's a very good indication that they are scammers. Or yeah, usually there's like kind of a edgy moves in their I don't know, in their Twitter, or in their the way they say something. It is not really reliable, for example. So you need to really careful on that. um yeah, what else? I think, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendation where we can find the Gamify?
Sorry.
Do you have any recommendation of Gamify? Where should we find? Where should we play?
Yeah,
The
you can
place?
go to CoinGecko. Let me type it for you. It is very common. And you can just share in the. So it is called coingeco.com. And you can search for the GameFi economy ecosystem category. And yeah. I think that's the best website that then you can go to.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate for your answer.
Yep, yep. Okay, Zoo 4. I want to ask about this whole GameFi. I heard a quote that said if you get something for free, then you are the product, and you can't if ever create something out of nothing. Then does GameFi work with the same principle? Okay, yeah, good question. Again, like usually in GameFi, there is like the how to call it, like the barrier to entry is pretty much high because you need to put some money usually. That's kind of the common practice in GameFi. Usually, in order for you to access the game, you need to pay something. I'll explain it a little bit on Axie case. But um, it is not like usually, yeah, this is like the very common practice. It is not free to play the GameFi game. So the there is like the tokenomics behind it, like why you need to pay first, because you they create something for you, and there is like the game mechanics, for example. I don't know, really depends on the game itself. But usually, again, yeah, the quote that you said is completely agree, that yeah, if it's free, then we are the product. Yeah, that's true. But in GameFi, again, like it is not usually free to play, like a very like free to play. No, I think there are some games that does that, but I don't think they do well. Because again, like if everyone can get it for free, like how can you create something, right? It is like it is fishy, how can you create out of nothing, correct? So yeah, I think that's thing that you need to watch out. Probably they run ads, like a lot of ads. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, for sure. Probably that you can get is through airdrop, for example. But yeah, sometimes, if I think most of the time, I would say most of the time, um, projects that do airdrop, that everyone farming it, everyone farming the points, everyone is working on it, the value that they created is not really good. So yeah, I think it's kind of I hope it makes sense. So anything else, guys? Okay, so I'll continue. The Axie Infinity. So Axie Infinity is like a play to earn blockchain based game. Um there is a creature called Axie here on top of right bottom. So it is very cute creature, but basically you can breed, you can race, and you can battle with these axes. And each of the axes has its own ability, its own unique traits, its own like looks, and it's stored on top of blockchain. You can earn it through you can purchase the assets. So first thing you need to do is you need to buy these axes, and you can battle about it, and you can just breed, do the breeding. Basically, there's like A and B, right? The father and the mother, and they breed, and the child of that breeding is actually inherit something from the father and the mother. For example, like the father has the speed ability, for example, and the mother has the very good tail, for example. I don't know, but and they combine, and they said there is like I don't know what is it called in biology, but it is like DNA thing where if the father has this and the mother has that, and there's like the chance of the child has it. But there is still a chance that they got the DNA from the, I don't know, the grandmother or something. But that's kind of the mechanics of breeding here. So people speculating on how we can get the best axi by breeding it, and they can just sell the axi that are good, that can battle like a very OP axi. You can sell it for a lot of money. And yeah, there's like a marketplace to do it. Like if you want to sell your axi, you can do it. And it is very easy to do because you don't need to do like the KYC or something. No, you can just create a wallet and you deposit some money on it, and you buy 3 of the axes. So one team consists of 3 axes, and yeah, you can battle. Once you battle, and you win, and you'll get some currency on top of it. So yeah, that's basically it about Axie. It is from Vietnam. Even though the founder, I think they lives on San Francisco in the US, but they originated from Vietnam. So yeah. Yeah, like the Axie Infinity is very popular game. Back in the day, like 2021, 2022 or 2021, around that time, is very, very, very popular because at that time there's a pandemic, right? So people were looking for alternative to get some money, and people actually get some money playing this game. So for you guys to have a better excuse me, for a better big picture of what is the gameplay, I prepare some video for you guys. So I'll just mute the volume here and just explain. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, like my throat is like, I don't know, like very dry. But basically in Axie, you download the game. It is like desktop version, and you need to have 3 axes here, and each of the axis has its own ability against other player, or you can battle against other enemy like a PvP or PvE, right? So in here, like, oh, let me pause. In here they found the opponent, and there's a lot of like mechanics here, but the first one is on top of. Can you guys see my cursor or no?
Yes, yes. We can see your cursor.
Nice. Okay. So on top of the screen, it is basically a turn-based game where each of the axes has its own speed, and it determines the order for you to do the actions. And on the bottom left, there is the energy that each turn will increase some energies. And the way it works is each of the action has its own energy to consume, and there's an attack and we call it shield. And each of the action has its own unique action, right? So pretty straightforward. So basically it's turn-based game. So in here, the first one that moves is their opponent, and then the next one is to this guy, this pinky guy, and the next one. And each of the axes has its own like the trait, I would say, the type of the axis. Imagine it's like the Pokemon type where there is like fire, grass, water, stuff like that. They can actually, oh, it is called classes, and they will it is like paper, rock paper paper scissor, where they can beat other classes based on what classes they are against, stuff like that. Yeah. um oh, I think, yeah, so each of the axes has its own card, represented as a card, and it can heal, it can do the damage, it can even gain one energy, and breaks the shield, stuff like that. And yeah, it's a very fun game, to be honest, because you need to have a very good strategy to be able to win the game. And it is pay to win, to be honest, guys, because if you really have a good axie, you have a better chance to win, right? Because some of the axie has a very good ability, um, and yeah, there's also the meta, like rotating meta, that for example, oh, the current one, it is very OP to have I don't know, like the speed type of axie, for example. And yeah, there's also the poison, stuff like that going on. um yeah, I'll just move forward, right? So it is turn-based game. You end the turn, and the game will play for itself. This is the animation if someone's died. um let's just scroll to this part. Yeah, so in here, the opponent wins, and oh, okay, there's also the rating, like the MRR of each of the player. Is there, do this guy win by the end? Let me check. Oh yeah, victory. Okay. So by the end of the match, if they win, they'll get small in-game currency called small love potion, or SLP. Yeah, and then there's 7 of them. And yeah, I'll just move on. Sorry. Yeah. So the tokenomics here, like people who play the game, they'll get SLP token, and by having the SLP token, you can sell the SLP token and deposit it to the your favorite exchange, and withdraw it directly to your bank account. So it really creates money, like the money, not like in-game currency that you play in your games. For example, I don't know. Most of you might not might know about like the Mobile Legend, like the gold of Mobile Legend. You earn it, and you cannot do anything good about it, because it is just stays on the game, and you just can spend on something. But again, like it is not really useful, right? But in here, in Axie Infinity, you'll get SLP, and you can really trade the SLP in the open market. And it can be used for other purpose, like to breed. You need to have SLP itself. In order for you to get the best Axie, you need to have SLP as a kind of the way you pay for you to breed. And yeah, that's one. And the next one is the XSS token, the Axie Infinity Shard. It is like the governance token of Axie. So basically, the holders of XSS has the voting rights, and you can stake the XSS inside the game and earn some of the yield on top of it. And so basically you can earn like passive income. But as far as I know at that time, XSS only gives you like it is not like a sharing revenue from Axie, but it is you'll get more AXS token when you stake it. But I think the reason why you need to have XSS is for the governance functionality, where again, like you can create a proposal in Axie Infinity that if people love about your proposal, they will vote for you. And if your proposal got accepted and your feature will be, I don't know, will get implemented, for example. Yeah, like the good example is like when you want to create or balance the game, for example, you don't like the speed type Axie, for example, right? And yeah, I'll just kind of change or adjust the speed. And yeah, if a lot of people love about your idea and they'll vote for you. So you as a community, as a gamer, can shape the direction of the game basically. So that's one of the powerful thing in the Web3 space, because it's very common to do it. It is like the open market type of thing. And also there's a scholarship model. It is very, very interesting because again, when you if you want to have or play the game, this Axie, this little cute um creature right here, it costs you around, I think at that time it's like $600. So it's like $10 million each Axie. So it is very, very expensive, right? This is a very high barrier entry for you to be able to play the game. Um, yeah, this is like the one of the best Axie at a time, but there are some more cheaper options. But if you wanna get more or win more and earn more, you need to have a better Axie as a beginning. So yeah, because of like it is very expensive for people um to participate in the game. So the community creates it is called scholarship, where people who have a lot of money and don't have the time to play the game, they'll give the Axie to the we call it usually is manager, and the manager will manage the player that will play the game and kind of do the repetitive movement, like do the battles and everything. But with got the funded from the rich guy behind them, and they just have the best team to play for that meta, and they'll. Oh.
Oh, sorry. This guy's sorry.
Okay, okay, don't worry.
Yeah, I think I need to make you to become the host, right? Wait.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, you can share the screen.
Okay, let me. Yep. Oh, let
Okay,
me try.
you can
Oh,
replace current share.
yep. Wait a second. Ah, there we go. Okay, all good now.
Yes. Oh, good.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, again, like the about the scholarship model. So basically the rich guy funded the player who don't have the money to start. And once they, for example, they earn 100 SLP per day, and the player usually they'll split to the manager and split to the player and split to the rich guy or the one who fund. And it's usually like for the investor, let's say investor, 40 to the investor and 60% to the player and the manager. So they'll have this economy where I'll earn we can earn SLP token, but we need the best team to do it. And the investor who has a lot of money, they'll put money, and the player get happy to get some money, and they sell the SLP token. Kind of the mechanics. So this is like a very simple diagram, but here the axes. The scholarship that I mentioned is this one, like the player and the yield here. So the scholarship, they have the very big community, and even they have they call it guild, and usually in one guild it can be more than 5,000 players, like active players, and they distribute the reward, and they can just pay or cash out the SLP, and or do the breeding stuff like that. So the mechanics is like, okay, axes, if you already have axie, you battle and you win the SLP, and sometimes you get a access, but not very common. I mean, usually this is like the very competitive one, but for you to have like a really regular reward is like always about SLP. And when you battle and then you get SLP and XSS, and SLP and SSS is you can spend it on breeding, right? To do the breeding, or the XSS can be for the staking reward. For the usually the guild has its own treasury, and the treasury is in form of a access token, and they can stake it and earn passive income out of it, and kind of do like a dupe there. And the player itself can buy the XSS or the SLP for the governance or to do the breeding. And the axie itself can tradable on the open market in the marketplace, and people can buy and sell the axie. So I think anyone has question so far? Okay, so let's continue. So the Axie Infinity stats, right now they have like 2 million daily active users right now. And the total traded volume is $2.2 billion dollar in their own NFT marketplace in the Ronin chain, and it has 2 million total wallet also. I think it's more than 2 million wallets. I think it's more, but and TVL total value lock on Ronin chain is $4.5 billion, and the Axie Infinity already gifted over 100 million to the communities, and it creates hundreds of thousands of jobs that's severely impacted by the pandemic at a time. So because I think Axie boom was in the 2020 to 2021, 2022. And at a time the COVID hits, right? And to do the scholarship at a time, it really pays a lot, to be honest. Like every month rupiah ITR. Oh man, I wish dollar, but it is in rupiah. I really remember that. So 15 million. I think it's really it pays good amount, right? For like people to play game and just can have fun with it. And yeah, it's very creates a lot of jobs around Axie. And yeah, it's really um plays a good role here. And Sky Mavis is like the mother company of Axie Infinity, and a lot of people believe in them because of the stats that they have. And they raised 152 million in Series B, led by A16Z Crypto, very prominent VC in this industry. So yeah, with other very top VC like Paradigm, ASO, FTX, stuff like that. Because at that time, like people really believe on GameFi because it creates like monetary value that people love also. But yeah. So the reason why Axie exploded, because it was like word of mouth. Like there's guild system where people can talk in there and have some conversation, and it is like very community lead movement. Because like the social part is really excel there because of like the scholar and the investor, stuff like that. They can create their own community, and they create their own economy, especially about the play to earn. If people earn some money and then yeah, of course, like they love it, right? They really wants this game to be known to others. So they'll share to other guys, hey, you can earn money from Axie, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And yeah, like I think Axie was one of the OG of play to earn. I think they're the first one that succeed to have like the very good economy. So but at that time, the timing was so right because at that time the crypto and NFT was booming, and I think there are some other NFT project like NBA Top Shot, Sorare, really leading the industry at the time. So for Axie to have the position in the emerging market, especially, it is very the timing was right basically. And yeah, the pandemic, it at that time the lockdown really was stressful, and people wants to have another job, seeking for another alternatives, to income source, and the play to earn come in. And the Axie is one of the the leading at a time, especially in the emerging market, like in emerging market where people for example, like getting like $1,000 in emerging market is really it's a very high source of income, right? But if we compare to the US, it is not that great. Like $1,000 per month, you cannot live with that. So Axie really excel on the emerging market. It gets product market fit, especially in the Philippines, Vietnam, and also I think in Indonesia. And yeah, because like the local wage, I think it's around like 5 billion rupiah at a time, but you can earn like 15 million rupiah, so triple the minimum wage in Indonesia, right? And the mechanics of guild and scholarship model is really amplify the Axie itself, because it is I think I haven't talked about YGG. YGG is like Yield Gaming Guild. Basically, they invest a lot in Axie and they have a lot of players play the game and get a lot of money out of Axie, because there's a revenue sharing model from the YGG and the player and also the investor. So they have a very strong investors that can fund all of these players, and so these players can you know play the game without like the very high entry barrier as a up cost to play the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, why actually work at a time? So at that time, they're one of the leading and one of the first, that's for sure. And again, like the income potential during the economic downturn really helps the digital economy at a time, and a sense of ownership rather than rented digital asset. That narrative really they bring it to everywhere basically. This is like the next Dota 2 that people can just play, and people can earn money out of it. And yeah, those kind of the narrative there. And it is very community led. And at that time the entrepreneurship opportunities grows a lot, like from the breeders, from the guild manager, the asset lender, or the investor. They seek opportunity, and they have or they had the very great timing. For example, like the breeder can buy two good Axie, and they will purchase like SLP or an XSS and breed um the Axie and get the child, right? And the child, they will sell it for more multiple return. Or they can just put it as a for the player to play again, and then they can just earn more money as the investor. So the opportunity was so huge at the time. And yeah, and the open market, yeah, where people can do and build on top of the Axie itself. So this is what I mean by the open market, where people can get they can be more creative in this industry, because for example, like, oh, I want to breed and then I want to rent it to other people, and then there is like OTC going on inside the game, outside the game, sorry, outside the game. Like there is like economy, like mini economy, I would say, outside the game, that really powers back again to the entire game. And that's kind of the culture in the Web3 or in the cryptocurrency itself, because people are seeking more opportunities. And yeah, they are really I feel like very opportunities. So yeah, so actually wasn't just for fun, and it really yeah, again, like you said, you saw the gameplay, right? It looks fun. um and it gives a lot of opportunities for people who wants to have a big risk, um for you to pay, like, I think for one good team was like 1,500 to $2,000. So it is very, like a lot of money to involve. But in crypto, I think a lot of things are possible in crypto. And yeah, that's why also Axie works. This is like the evolution of Axie itself. It is not like, oh, suddenly we have the best game in this industry, right? No, but they started as a API based. Like if you take a look at the top, like it is not even like there is no UI in it, right? But in 2018, this is one of the first version of Axie, and they really want to test if this model really works or not. And they share it to the community, they share it to their top players or power users, and yeah, people love about it, and they just grow from there. And in 2021, this is what it looks like. So was like the Christmas event in 2021, and yeah, people, this is what you saw in the video. And the UI get polished, and the resolution gets better and better, and a lot of people streaming about Axie Infinity now. It was in the 2023. Yeah, this is like the UI. And in 2025, they just released a new version. So they expand the IP and expand the gameplay to more like RPG style, I would say. And if you guys know like about Ragnarok type of thing, it is very similar to that, but it has a very cute creatures involved, and they add more monster, they add more accent and ability, and yeah, they still in you know grow and grow and grow. Yeah, okay, so that's for the success of Axie, and after this I'm gonna talk about like the downfall of Axie Infinity. Do you guys have any questions at first, or I'll just continue?
Yeah, I think I would like to comment first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting what you present about the economic ecosystem on a game, right? I think a lot of our students here not really deep dive into the how the mechanism of the token, how token works, how governance work, and you mentioned about scholarship as well to make the ecosystem working or sustain. So we know that because I see your title is downfall. I think this now is the downfall of the Axie. But uh, do you think is there any chance to make similar replicate, yeah, or replication of the Axie success because there is a pandemic at the time. Now we going to the full normal economy. Do you think we can do something like that, or it should have another uh, uh, outside factor that makes the ecosystem disrupted, and we can create similar like in Axie. I think that is interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, so very good question. Of course, like the Axie, yeah, the timing was so right at a time when the pandemic hits and everything. Um, a lot of people actually tried to copy what Axie did in the past, I don't know, 2 3 years. But yeah, no one still succeed. No one as big as Axie coming up. Even though the mechanics is better, the tokenomics is better, but I feel like yeah, it is a very tough job to do. To be honest, because uh, yeah, it's very tough because people are getting smarter and smarter. Um, uh, More like a skeptical for the new mechanics. Because at that time, like this is the very first thing that came out and works, right? So people just get FOMO and coming, like put their money on it. And I feel like Axie grew too fast at a time. If they grew not that fast, I would say they'll have more better chance to kind of really dominance in the gaming industry. But um, again, like that's kind of one of the thing. And back to your question, how we can Is it possible to do it or not? Yes, it is possible, but it is very tough job to do because again, like the GameFi is very complex industry. Like you need to have a very good economy, you need to have a very good art, you need to have a very good game design, you need to have a very good partnership model. Because in Web3 itself, um, it is like global economy, right? Where people can talk to each other in different countries. But the partnership itself is needs to be very, very, really strong. If you can get some IP going on, or you can have I don't know, like Disney partnering with you, even like that's might you might have a chance, you know. But again, like it is very tough job, especially like the in the like crypto industry. It is a lot of things are based on narrative and hype. So I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, okay? So this is because I have a lot of like experience in the industry, and it is tough to do the GameFi because if what you build is not fit on the narrative, people might have skeptical idea about what you're gonna do, even though it might works, right? But if the hype and the narrative doesn't fit, people just kind of yeah, I'll skip for now, and let's see. That's kind of the behavior or current users in Web3. So yeah, again, like the short the
Yeah.
short answer
Thanks,
is for
thanks,
now.
Jonas. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next slide. And what went wrong in Axie Infinity? So there were too many rewards. Axie gave out a lot of amount of SLP to players every day. Probably they don't expect that a lot of players really coming in, and they just kind of that's how the game works, right? They win the game, and then the player will get some SLP. But if the SLP distributed too much, there's gonna be like another risk, right? Where it means like a lot of there's gonna be like the selling pressure, like a lot of selling pressure that comes into the Axie. And if they don't if they there's no one buy SLP to kind of tank the market, and then the value is gonna go like downhill from there, right? Because like the selling pressure too much, and but at a time Axie or the SLP functionality was to only like to breed, and yeah, because of that, like the most of the people already breed, and then yeah, you know, like the mechanics of the SLP itself is not really strong, so that's why people just sell and without enough buyer to the SLP. And a new players is slows down a lot, and yeah, the SLP token supply is really excelling, but they don't have a very good strategy to have a good functionality of SLP. Basically, that's kind of the what went wrong inside the Axie Infinity at the time. And I feel like this is the one of the very toughest job in the game industry, because speculation over gameplay, like it is very different landscape when you create a game for people to have fun in it, right? You can just focus on the fun, but on the GameFi, um because it is like there is a fi in the title, right? So there needs to be finance going on. Like people needs to get some money, right? So people are coming to your platform. It is not about fun. It is about how I can get money. So when it happens, like the hardcore players will come in and they will just farm the hell out of you, and they can create a lot of bots. They can create a lot of like automation to bot and rig your economy. So it is very tough job to prevent also. So a good game or a sustainable game is that it needs like a player who just love the game itself, not about like chasing rewards. So yeah, that's kind of what went wrong in Axie. So yeah, the TLDR is like SLP token supply kept growing, but the player spending and the new player growth slowed down. So eventually, the more people taking money out of the game loop and then putting money than the putting money inside. So yeah, the economic loop like broke, and yeah, the downhill starts from there. Um, there is like an external shock also, like the trust breaking moment in the Axie era. For example, there is $625 million Ronin breach hack. This is the biggest hack ever in the crypto space. And at that time, basically here, like Ronin is like they is there's like another blockchain called Ronin, and all of the activity in the Axie Infinity are inside that blockchain. And for you to be able to play the game, you need to bridge to that to that blockchain essentially. And to do the bridge, but the bridge got hacked. So it was a chaotic moment, to be honest. And people already there's a lot of like fear and doubt in the Axie ecosystem at that time. And yeah, investor just kind of, probably not good time to reinvest or to do something, because a lot of people lost their money in this bridge hack. And yeah, that's kind of the external shock. But again, like I know it's like probably they do it themselves to do the exit, but I don't know. There's some rumor to do it, but also there's a rumor that, oh, North Korea hackers are coming in to get some money from Axie, stuff like that. So it is like very chaotic moment at that time. And the trust is already broken, because people like, oh man, like the SLP rewards going down. People don't get the the reward as much as the previous one, and the gameplay wasn't strong enough to kind of support not the gameplay, I would say, like the financial thing at that time. And it's very very shocking moment, I would say, because to see like the downhill of Axie. But other external thing is about like the market competition, yeah. But I feel like the crypto market downturn is also like the very disastrous moment, because when the Ronin bridge hack happened and overall market was down at that time, and the hype is slowing down and the users decline, and all of the crypto markets bearish. And so yeah, Axie Infinity like depend heavily on the market excitement, right? So if the new player come in and they want to breed and they want to get the XLP and XSS, like that economy already broke. And on top of that, the overall market of crypto is so bad and the narrative so bad. And on top of that, there's a like drawn in bridge hack. So it was super, super chaotic moment. So in the result, so this is the chart of SLP. So In 2021, Axie booms a lot, like as you can see in the chart here. So this is where people get a lot of money playing Axie Infinity. But in here was like the moment of overall crypto market going down and the Bronin hack happened. And I feel like it's around here, around January. But so the because of like the reward was giving out too much, and yeah, the new player, there's not a lot of good new players coming in, and so yeah, it just goes downturn from there. um yeah, and also this is like the Axie Infinity governance token. Same chart, I would say. In early 2021 is pretty okay. But in the later stage, it's just like, downfall from there. So yeah, and based on the some of the research and survey, this is like the current GameFi situation right now. So there's some of the survey, even though the respondent says that they're afraid to try the new game if it looks like a scam and Ponzi scheme. That's kind of the one of the most common if people don't want to play the game or GameFi, because they feel like it's gonna be like another Axie Infinity where it will just boom in very short period of time and then just goes downturn from there. So there's like a very bad narrative around GameFi right now. So yeah, that's what happened. And the total from the gaming total market cap is already falling over from 15 billion to just like 6.2 billion dollar. So even though like 6 billion is still a lot, but again, like the downhill is from the percentage perspective, it is very significant. So yeah, the key challenges here in the GameFi was like how you can have inflammatory token, um, and it what happened in Axie Infinity, right? When they give out too much reward, but there is no like there is no like buying power to support that selling pressure. So if that happens, the inflammatory inflationary tokens just goes up, and the price just goes down, and the value is created is not longer sustainable. And yeah, that's what happened. And there is like a Ponzi like demand loops, right, for you to create this type of GameFi thing. um Again, like because like in GameFi you need to pay your players to be able to kind of join, and you need to have like a Ponzi scheme, I would say. Ponzi similar type of thing. I don't, this is like this is the truth, to be honest, guys. Like in a GameFi, you need to find the overall mechanics, overall tokenomics that can really sustainable, and it is very tough job to do. Um, and the high barrier to entry was very very high. In Axie, it was like $5,000 to even $500 to $5,000. Yeah, it is very expensive at a time. Especially in the in the pandemic economy. Not people really wants to take the risk to be able to play a game, right? If you want to play a game and then you need to pay like $5,000, I mean, yeah, if you can earn more than $5,000, yeah, fine. But if not, and that's gonna be a problem, right? So Even though like there is a scholarship system, still like even all of um the events that I talk about the Axie Infinity, like the outside and external thing. Yeah, it is very tough job to do. Yeah, like the fun versus earning conflict. The game should be a focus on fun, in my opinion. But if people are expecting you to create monetary value on top of it, it is a tough job. It is a challenging job, but it is still possible, right? I always feel like there will be a game that really have the strong sustainable economy, that if you play the game and you have still have fun, and you can still earn money from there. Right now, who can earn money are the top pro players, right? The one that really excel in the game. But I feel like the GameFi will not stop here, because like the potential is really limitless, but still is very early on stage, right? That's what happened in every technology in the early stage. There's gonna be the up and down in the industry. So yeah, that's what happened in Axie Infinity. So what I have in my mind is like for the future of GameFi is how we can create like fun first design, so people can just um play, instead of like wants to get money out of it, even though it is very good if they can earn money. But again, like fun first design is always the top priority in the game. And it is better to have like skill-based earning where we reward like the top performance, instead of like in Axie a lot of things are um pay to win. Basically, if you have like the best axes in the game, you'll create more value. But it would be great if it's about like skill based earning, where we reward to the strategy, to the competition, and the performance of the players. So it is not rigged, it is not botted, um and people still appreciate it because it is like skill based earning. So you earn um what you what does your performance look like, basically. And yeah, better tokenomics, like the balance sinks and the resources and the sources, lower inflation and controlled emission. It is yeah, I know it's very easy things to say, but it needs to be like a better tokenomics for sure. I feel like if the growth of Axie wasn't that fast, I would say Axie has a very great opportunity to prove themselves and to get more out of like the SLP. They can create another mechanics that can support the SLP, SLP token. So yeah, like the better tokenomics here means like the better also like the gameplay of the overall game, right? So you can support your the token that you to distribute to the reward. And Web2 friendly UX, I feel like still, even though guilds helps a lot during Axie Infinity, but I feel like the UX is still not that great because users still needs to do like bridging to buy the token, and to there's a lot of like frictions here and there for people to get on board. But yeah, for people who wants to join in easy way is very hard and tough tough thing at a time in Axie. But I feel like right now there's a lot of like good tools and good resource that we can implement. For example, like MoonPay or Privy. They basically, for example, Privy is the wallet infrastructure that you can log in via Google or via Twitter or even like via Line. So yeah, those type of like wallet infrastructure is really excel the growth of the player. So can new player can just go and play the game, right? Because at a time like in Axie, so the flow is like this. So you need to create an account. And in order to create an account, you need to have or you need to write 12 words of characters, 12 words in your like write like physically, physically, or you can do it digitally, but it is not secure. But you need to put 12 words to be able to create an account. It is very, like stressful and painful step, right? In order to do that. And yeah, I think in this industry or in this state of crypto, it's already better and better, getting better and better. Like you can sign in via X or via Google or Apple ID or even Facebook. So it has like a seamless onboarding and gasless transaction, of course. Oh yeah, gasless. I mean, that's yeah, another topic. But anyway.
Jonas, we only you are the last slide then. Okay, that's good.
That's the last slide. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so can we move to the Q&A?
Oh yeah. We can move to the Q&A. Maybe anyone have a question to Jonas? We only have around 14 minutes.
Yeah, may I ask a question?
Yeah. Pak Heri and then Edward.
Edward, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wondering in technical side, yeah, related to design the character of game. In my sorry if I'm not mistaken, that the anything we earn from the one game itu we can have that on that and also use in another game. Is it right? Yeah. So what? Yeah.
Yeah. So in the excuse me. So yes, if the other game developer are accepting the currency, it is very possible to do it. Yep. So the short answer is yes. Because like in Axie, a lot of people actually like build like a mini game out of Axie Infinity from the IP. I'm not sure if they partner, but I feel like they create like a like Flappy Bird type of thing where type of game, and it is based on the character of Axie, but the currency itself is using like SLP and also AXS. So yeah, it is very possible. Yeah.
Also the character. Let's say I have one character that I own, and then I use that character in another game. It means that it should within the same platform or the same kind of game, or it could be another. It means the interoperability of many game system.
Yeah, it can be in other platform. But again, like the other platform needs to integrate to your to the but it is very, very possible because in terms of from the technology or the technical stuff, the asset itself is in form of NFT, right? And everyone can see the NFT. Everyone can see if you are the owner or not. So for example, like I think a good example is from Board 8, BAYC. They have a very strong IP development. So, for example, you have one monkey, right, one BAYC, and you just get the benefit out of other games that implement your NFT or PFP. Um, and but again, like the key here is the other platform needs to have or needs to kind of accept your not accept, I mean like integrate your NFT or collection. I would say it's collection, not just specifically one NFT that you have. So but it is very possible. Like the opportunity to partnership is a lot because it is open market. Like you can see all the transaction, you can see all the metadata of your NFT or your asset, whatever, and you can prove that you are the owner of that asset. So it's very important, right? So
Yeah. Thank you, Mas Jonas.
Okay, Edward, please.
Thank you, sir. So my question is, as I can see, the GameFi genre is already has a very bad reputation in the gaming industry. Like it really is a downfall from 2023. So can um I need your opinion on this since it's not really I haven't deep dive into it, but what if someone made a GameFi project but they doesn't market it as a GameFi project, as in uh CS:GO for example. It's a shooter game, an FPS game that has an economic ecosystem in it, but it doesn't market it as a GameFi game, right? Like it doesn't market the pay to earn model scheme. So what if we don't, well, we avoid to market it the GameFi genre since let's just say all the gamers out there doesn't really want to earn money in games. Like the fun aspect and the earning aspects is a whole nother level. It's a whole nother thing to combine, as you can say before. And a follow-up question, do you think a GameFi has a long-term impact since as we did you know that the marketplace for CS:GO has crashed like a couple of weeks ago and it blew up on the internet since it was the main income for lots of people, and then they crashed the market and it's so bad, and then that's why people doesn't really trust to earn money in games. So I need your opinion on that. Thank you.
yeah, so very thank you for your opinion. Very good state on that because I completely agree. Like a lot of good game right now, they don't market themselves as a GameFi anymore. It's truly correct, 100%. Because again, like if they already hey, I'll give you some money, right? It's like not a very good sign. Because like yeah, it can work, but again, like the overall narrative is not really great. But one of the good example was Nyan Heroes. I'll just type it for you. Nyan Heroes. At first they raise on top of Solana and they raise some money for like kind of GameFi metaverse thing. But right now they already kind of as you said, not market themselves as a GameFi, but more just like a game basically. They just position themselves as a game, and I think it's very, very great strategy for now. Because again, like the narrative is not great, blah blah blah. But targeting like Web 2 audience is better for now for overall game. Not only in a Web 3 or Web 2, whatever. Especially in Web 3, I would say, because in Web 3 audience, they expect a lot of, you know, money, to be honest, to create. But right now, like the trend in the GameFi ecosystem, they don't want to market themselves as a GameFi or metaverse or whatever, but more like a fun game. That's it. With that in mind, of the people who play the game, oh, it is like a Web 2 game, right? It's just like a regular game, but it needs to be very, very fun, right? It needs to be like, that's the exactly what games for me. And yeah, that's the current trend and shift in the market of gaming right now. And the second question is about like CS:GO, right? I feel like CS:GO, yeah, I know, it's pretty bad, right? I think the game dev, yeah, kind of crashes the entire market. Like people who already have the treasury of knives, for example, and just will get mad. But yeah, it can be. Personally, I believe in GameFi or overall like play to earn thing, where, for example, like in CS:GO, some of the some of part of CS:GO can be on top of blockchain. To be honest, for example, one of them are when you do the randomness of each of the item, it can be done in a blockchain space. Like you need to have a very truly random of what the outcome might be, right? If you don't have the absolute randomness, it is rigged, right? You need to question about it, because how can I know, like I'll get this much percentage of the token drop, oh sorry, token item drop or not, right? It can be done in blockchain for sure. But again, like about the overall market, I feel like CS:GO can implement the I'd say the marketplace or inherit some of the feature that we have in the GameFi industry. For example, like making like NFT. For example, making each of the items in form of NFT, and people can just trade, and in the open market that can utilize back to the player again. And I think it's very, very possible way for CS:GO to do, but it really depends on the game developer itself, right? Is depend on them. But for me personally, I'll believe in GameFi. Always believe um in the revolution that if you play the game and you can earn money of it, like it is like something that is not existed right now, right? But it will exist in the future, and I always believe. But we still don't crack the code. Basically, we still need a lot of like improvement, a lot of learnings from the past, from the Axie Infinity, Tinden, and stuff. But in order to like the existing industry to come into the GameFi, I feel like we need to kind of one good example that we can spark again the narrative of GameFi overall. But again, like I feel like CS:GO for sure can implement, but it really depends on them, right? Whether they wanna make or open their economy or not. So but if it's possible, technically it is possible, right? I'm from technical, I have technical background. It's very, very possible to do it, but it really depends on them. So yeah, hope it helps. Yeah.
Okay, I think enough ya, Edward. Okay, thank you. I think the time is up for us. It's finished. Thank you so much, Jonas. I think we have concluded. We have a lot of information, even of knowledge that you shared today is very beneficial to us. We know that it's not easy to create GameFi in the class, in learning from the material, from the white paper. We see how easy to create a GameFi, but in reality, you as a practitioner, is also from the game industry, know exactly what went wrong in GameFi. GameFi, the combination doesn't match right now, not real match now, so need a lot of tweaking, a lot of journey ahead to get a better configuration that makes sense to other people. I think the economic itself is quite difficult, and create a game which is interesting and fun to play is also very difficult. So I think that is challenge, that's an open challenge for us. I think here is a business student. They were, I think all of them wants to be entrepreneur, something like that. Hopefully in a Web3 industry. I think
Yes.
they can join you in the industry, Jonas, later. I think that is all for today. I think we can go take a picture together, so everyone can open up the camera for the last before the closing. Okay. Can you open the camera, anyone? Faisal already opened the camera. Another one, yeah. Okay, I will wait some of you. Okay. Anyone else? While waiting for everyone open the camera, you have a message for the student, Jonas, maybe one, two message.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to go in the Web3 route or go in the Web3 journey, it is gonna be like a lot of like big words, like big, technical stuff going on, but it is a rewarding journey, to be honest. For me, I've been here like since 8 years, I would say, and I learned a lot. It is very exciting industry, but yeah, don't get scared to go to this industry, because if you are like a business or entrepreneur, there's a lot of like good opportunity here in the Web3 space. And because it's like open market, where it's like everyone can build on top of everyone, basically. So if you really have a good insight on and good instinct on what can work or not, please join us. So I hope I gave some good insight for you guys. So yeah, good luck for everyone.
Okay, thank you, Jonas. Okay, take a picture. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think on one more time, yeah. I think only the first page that says a picture of people. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jonas. See you around. Maybe you can come visit to the campus next time. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Pak.
Oke, makasih Pak Heri.
Thank you, sir.
Ya, oke. Ya, thank you.
Thank you, sir.